Hey guys, Chin here with 5-9 Gaming Direct. This week, as per gaming tradition, we have the Game Awards. So we here at 5-9 Gaming have taken a look at a couple categories and their nominations. And we did an in-house vote here, and so we chose what we believe deserves to win in that category. Now we've gathered some familiar faces and even some new faces from Direct for these videos to go over why they believe X game should win in X category. And first up, we have Game of the Year. So I'll go over why I think our game choice should win, and then we'll move on to our next member. So for Game of the Year, we here at 5-9 Gaming have voted on Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. Now, I guess the reason that I gave this game the vote was it was probably the most fun I had all year for a game. At least that was within the category, right? I mean, I don't believe Back 4 Blood was up for Game of the Year. That might have tied, but Ratchet & Clank, an amazing, great single-player game. I thought it had great pacing, great combat and action. The story was fun. The characters were great, and it felt like the first game that really took advantage of the next-gen experience that the PlayStation 5 could really offer, right? We've got haptic feedback, 3D audio, really smooth. I believe Ratchet & Clank goes up to 120 FPS. So the developers really took their time to deliver a full experience, and for me, they delivered on that. It was great. I loved it. It definitely gets my vote for Game of the Year. All right, on to the next man.
What's going on, guys? Ironcane here, talking about the big one, the biggie, Game of the Year. And for that, I'm going to say Ratchet & Clank again, just because in terms of all the other games, the only other one I played was It Takes Two. And I think It Takes Two is a great game. It's definitely one of the best co-op experiences out there right now. But Ratchet & Clank, I feel like, just exceeds in gameplay, story, graphics. The game like is probably one of the most beautiful games I have ever played on console. Like, it looks like you were playing a Pixar movie. And I feel like, besides Kenna, of course, no game has really captured that style in a consistent way. So I feel like Ratchet & Clank has exceeded every previous iteration of Ratchet games of just like appeal, look, gameplay. The weapons are great. I really can't think of any flaws with the game. Of course, there's some weapons that I wish they were there, some things from previous games that I wish that were there, like maybe space exploration and whatnot, but I don't want to get on a huge tangent. I just think Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart is the Game of the Year just because I think it's the best game that came out on PS5 this year, hands down. And although there were a lot of other great games that came out this year, I think Ratchet & Clank should take it away here, but we'll see what happens.
So, Game of the Year, for me, Ratchet & Clank. Love these games, don't get me wrong, but Ratchet & Clank, I just had a way more fun time playing than I did with any of the other nominated games out here. But it's just, Ratchet & Clank was just something different, man. It brought that nostalgia in me while giving me completely new stuff, new things. It's just, again, it's very mind-blowing to me that a game series that started off when I was a wee lad of 5 years old, just blowing up and still continuing on to this day, and being able to play this game 20 years later, it just feels so surreal to me. And I'm just happy to say that, like, I've been a Ratchet & Clank fan since day one, and being able to play the latest installment while still feeling that nostalgia is just perfect. I love it. So this is my nomination for Game of the Year. This was my choice for Game of the Year for 2021.
All right, Game of the Year 2021. I'm pretty sure I'm alone in this sentiment as far as 5-9 goes. But for me, it is Deathloop. Deathloop was really smart. It was stylish. It was just cool. It felt cool to play. The mystery behind how everything works. The fact that you can kind of go around and collect different power-ups from certain loops. The fact that, like, the story unraveled the more and more you did. You know, you could kind of get one thing right in the beginning and then just completely miss the next part to take in the whole loop down just because you choose to go, you know, off to one of the biomes instead of another. All that was really cool to me. I'm a really big kind of like nerdy time travel sci-fi guy. I love that stuff. And that like with that like late 60s, early 70s aesthetic, with some really just like cool main characters in Colt and Juliana. Their banter back and forth, like it really had me amused a lot of the time. So for me, Deathloop is my game of the year. I loved being able to go through different loops, get different weapons, try different builds, do all that, and see what interesting ways I could use with the different skills and weapons to take down the loop. And I mean, to me, that was fun, even though you might have to do the loop itself one way. People were disappointed in. I thought it was great because even if you have to do the loop itself one way, each part of it, you could decide, hey, I'm going to use this weapon and this ability, combine them this way, and that's going to get me that result, but it's going to feel totally different. I thought that was super cool. And to me, that kind of just made it a really magical experience this year. So I would say Deathloop is my game of the year 2021.
All right, and there we go. What did you think of our pick here at Direct for this particular category? Again, there are tons of categories when it comes to the Game Awards, and of course, that will all be going live later today at the time of this recording when you're seeing this. But regardless, we're not the ones who pick it. You, the fans, are. You have to go onto their website and pick the winners yourselves. We'll, of course, be talking about that. We'll live reacting to it, the whole thing. So make sure you check us out over on 5-9 Gaming Twitch channel. Link will be down in the description below, as always. But with all that being said, again, let us know your thoughts down below in the comments, as always. Leave a like if you like the video. Subscribe if you happen to be new. Until next time, everyone, we'll see you in the next one. Johnny.